and welcome to day 4 of our January challenge 2020 and our third day of working on the Seal Lullaby. These videos are the slightly faster pace learning videos, so if you're happy with where you're up to, do carry on. We're going to be starting today in the lead into bar 16. So yesterday and the day before we learnt the introduction for this piece, so I'm going to go straight into our new bit today, and I'm starting on the very last crotchet of bar 15, which is our lead-in note. Notice we're mezzo forte now, so that's the loudest we've been so far. I'll play you through today's learning and then we'll talk it through. Okay, so we have the first 4 bars that have sort of, it looks quite spaced out, but actually when you really focus in, you'll notice that there's pretty much something happening on almost every quaver within the bar. So we have, let's have, so 1 and 2 and 3 and in that bar 16, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, depending how you like to count your bars. So there's a bit more feeling of urgency or movement, if you will, with this section. Okay, so and then that carries on into the next 4 bars where the left hand is busier still, although that might bizarrely feels slightly easier because you're not having to share the feeling of the beat so much between the hands. So the right hand starts on G to E. This is the G at the end of bar 15, so I'm doing that with finger 3, and that's below middle C, and then my E above middle C. I'll just do that melody for you. We're going to go G, E, then swap to finger 2, and there's time to just do that and then come off, and then we're going to go G, G, E. You can go 1, 1, 2 on the double G if you wish. It's not that fast a piece, so you can get away with using the same finger on a repeated note. If you want to be a real stickler for changing finger on fast repeated notes, you could go so on that double G there, I played the quaver G with a finger 2 and then placed 1 and 2. I'll let you go with whatever you feel comfortable with. Then we have something similar. We go back to G and E. This time the G's a quaver. I'm going to change to a 2 on the E, thumb on the A. And I've got, before I played that A, I quickly whipped on my G and my E with finger 2 and 3. Okay, so if we do all of that in time, this is starting at the end of bar 15, so I'll give you a count of 2. 1, 2. Wait, wait, wait. There we go. So I said the word wait on the beat where nothing was happening in that hand. Might actually feel easier with the left hand involved. Let's see. So the left hand is on C and G to start with, a nice 3 and 1. And then we open up a little bit larger size gap, 3 on the E, thumb on the C. Okay, those notes you've just played there, if I just show you in this hand for a moment, actually all belong to a C arpeggio. So C and G, E and C. So 3, 1, and then opening it up. Okay, so putting that timing wise, it's 1 and 2 and 3 and, or if you like to count to 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so that's that first bar. Second bar, same rhythm. We're opening it up to a B to the G. Instead of the first bar you had C to a G, now we're on B to a G. And then E and B. And all of these are 3, 1, 3 1s. Okay. Third bar, C G, E, like we did twice yesterday. We did it in bar 13 and in bar 15. So 3 and 1, and then add your finger 2 on the E after you've played the finger 3. And then this 4th bar is like the 2nd bar of today. We go B, G, and then E, B. Okay? So if we put that together, right hand is on G to E, left hand, ooh, there's an issue. Left hand wants to be on C and G. It can't be on that G yet because your right hand's there. So I'm going to have my finger 3 on the C. My thumb is going to hover, ready to pop on. I don't want to place it too soon. If I jump straight in, we're going to lose that G from the melody. So I'm going to hover it nearby and place the G as late as possible, but still before I play the C. So you very much want to get used and very comfortable with where our left hand's moving for these bars. Okay, ba dum rest ba dee and ba dum rest ba dee and ba da dum and ba dum ba dee, to really get the feel of the flow, so the left hand doesn't have to worry too much. Where am I going next? Where am I going next? Just let it flow. Maybe we need to slow it down a little bit as well now that we're into this slightly more complex part. Okay, so I'm going to play that hands together again, starting at the end of bar 15, and I am going to slow it down just a notch, just to really give us time. So my count in this time, instead of just being 1, 2, is going to be 1 and 2 and then we will start. So I've got G and E in the right hand, my left hand's ready on the C, my thumb is hovering, ready to go on as late as is possible. Okay, 1 and 2 and. Try that one more time just to really let you get to grips with that. Same count in. Ready? 1 and 2 and. Okay, well done. Okay, so then going on to the next part, the right hand is C to A, 3 to 1. Okay, so C to A, and I will come off. Then I'm going 2 and 1 on the B and the C, getting my 2 back on and my 3 at the same time onto the G, so that I'm really secure, really buffing it on, as I would say to my younger students. Buff. And then I could even get my thumb ready on the C and my 2 and 3 back on the G and B again. Like that. And then that's a dotted crotchet, so we've got a bit longer before we have to come on with the D and the E. It's a sort of a throwaway D. And then we leap down. I've got my finger 3 on that C while my 2 and 1 are on the G and the A. If that feels uncomfortable, you could do that bottom note with a finger 4. It's whatever you can comfortably leap to, having gone the D and the E here. And then we leap all the way up to an F octave. It's nice that it's F because that's a black string or a blue string on your harp. So very easy, I hope, for you to leap to and spot. And actually, when I do that, if I'm looking at all, I'm looking at where my lower finger is and allowing my periphery vision to see that my thumb is on the correct one. So I'm not pulling back and turning my head to look at what I'm doing there. So my head just tilts in so that I can see my 4th finger, and just right out the corner of my eye, I'm aware that my thumb is on the black. I also feel very confident opening up to an octave with this hand, and it's always brilliant when you can open up your hand to exactly a certain size shape, be that an octave, be it a fifth, be it an octave and a fifth. Those shapes are really, really useful to be able to open up to. Okay, so if we just play that right hand, this is the lead-in quaver into bar 20. C to A, I'll count you in, quite a bit of space and that min in there, so the count is going to be 1 and 2 and 3, and we will start on the and off that 3. Okay, here we go. 1 and 2 and 3 and 2 and 2 and. Okay, well done. And if you do feel you're really needing to twist that top head, really have a work on that. Just practice doing that chord up to that top F. Okay, what's the left hand doing under this? We have got, if you think about an octave and a fifth, but then actually stretch your thumb up. So we've got F and C, which is nice, it's coloured strings, on the 4 and the 2. We're reaching our thumb up to the A. So we play 4, 2, and then our finger 2 is going to hop to the black F. We're going to play downwards A, F, okay? Just like that, through that, da, da, dee, dum, okay? That pattern, or similar to it, happens in the next bar. This time we have an A and an E in the left, and our thumb is reaching all the way up to a C. If that is too big a reach to do in one hold for you, you can have the 4 and the 2, and as soon as you play the 4, you can then hop onto that C. And then from that C, I'm going to have 3 in a row. I'm going to do C, B, A. So my 2 and 3 are just going to fall out of my hand. I'm not going to need to look where they go because I can play 3 notes in a row. And so can you. And I'm going to play 1, 2, 3. Okay, just try that second bar, that A, E. So this is bar 21. 4 and 2 on the A and the E. If you can place your thumb on the C already, go for it. Otherwise, you can play the 4 and hop. And before we play that thumb, having got up there, we'll allow fingers 2 and 3 to just fall out onto the correct notes. So here we go. This is bar 21. 1 and 2 and 3 and. Good, let's try it again. Same thing again. A, E, C, ready? 1 and 2 and 3 and. Good, okay. So if we put bars 20 and 21 together, just this left hand, F, C, reaching for the A. 1 and 2 and 3 and. Ready and. Okay, so just try that again, just so we get that move onto that second bar. Left hand starts on F, C, reaching for the A. Ready? 1 and 2 and 3 and. 3 and. Okay, well done. The next bar, similar shape, but just be careful because finger 2 is no longer on a fifth up from the bass. It's still on the E. So a bigger feel between those lower 2 fingers. So G is finger 4, 2 on the E, and thumb all the way up on a B. And we're going to play G, E, and then again allow the fingers to fall out. Okay, so it's almost the same pattern as the previous bar, just slightly thrown perhaps by the larger gap between the bottom 2 notes. G, E, B, A, G. And then into the last bar of today, we have an F, C, F. So we're back to the octave and the fifth. So again, aim with your thumb and allow yourself to trust that you can reach an octave and that your finger 2, if you've reached an octave, your finger 2 can just fall out and it's almost certain to land on the fifth, which is that C. Okay, so let's try left hand bar 20 through to 24. sorry, 23. So playing through those 4 bars. Okay, so we have F, C, reach to the A. If you can place it, do. If not, you're going to hop for each of these. Okay, ready? 1 and 2 and 3 and. Ready and. Down 1 and. Down to the F and. 2, 3. Okay. So if we now try and put that together with what's happening in the top hand, if we just remind ourselves of the top hand, so I'm going to go from the end of bar 19 with that C leaping up to the A, 1 and 2 and 3 and 2 and. So I'm going to try and put those 2 hands together. So I'm going to start again at the end of bar 19, so my left hand can sit ready on the beginning of bar 20, which is the section we've just been working on. Okay, 1 and 2 and 3. Okay, listen to your quality of your last octave, that F up there. Because it's a leap, it can be very easy to sort of really snatch at it and really make it blare out. Whereas actually in the music, there's a little decrescendo there. So it's just a little sort of almost like a chiming of a bell. It's just a little echo up there, so. Okay, and really, really beautiful. Bending in will really help with the quality of that sound. So let's play through from the lead into bar 16. So this is the crotchet at the end of bar 15, leading us in to what we've learned today. Okay, and this is the place to mark on your video to come back to do any play-alongs that you do for the rest of today. So right hand is on G with finger 3 and thumb ready on the E. Left hand is on the C and the G, but I can't place that G yet, so I'm going to hover nearby. Notice how my thumb's nice and up ready. So I've got a lovely hand shape, my elbows are out, and I'm going to count us in with a 1 and 2 and, okay? 1 and 2 and. And if you listen back to that section that I've just done as well, have a listen for how the melody is the most prominent sound. Even though there's all this bassy stuff happening, we want to have that melody ringing out. And the best way for you to do that in your playing is, as you play, think, can I hear the melody? Rather than saying, I'm going to press harder with this hand and I'm going to be lighter with this hand, and putting a lot of processing into that, just ask yourself to listen for it, and then your body will do what it needs to do to make it come through. I know that sounds a bit kooky, but please trust me, because it does work. Okay, well done, a lot in today. If you're keeping up with this, that's super, that's brilliant. If it's feeling a bit too much in one go, you could always join in with the other side of things for the slightly beginner level approach, where we're doing shorter chunks. So it's just a more gentle approach. But I think you're doing great, so well done.